Microsoft wants to move Windows to the cloud. In an internal presentation from last year, Microsoft discusses building on Windows 365 to enable a full Windows operating system streamed from the cloud to any device. The move is identified as a long-term opportunity in Microsoft's modern life consumer space. A future update will include Windows 365 boot, which will enable Windows 11 devices to log directly into a cloud PC at boot instead of the local version of Windows. The idea of moving Windows 11 is presented alongside Microsoft's need to invest in custom silicon partnerships. All this is part of its plan to enable improved AI-powered services in Windows. Google is killing its AR glasses. Project Iris has reportedly been shelved. Google is now focused on software instead of hardware and building a micro XR platform it could license to other headset manufacturers. However, there's still hope. In February, Google, Samsung and Qualcomm made an announcement about partnering together on a new mixed reality platform, and more info will be given about it later this year. Speaking of Google, it looks like the Android logo is getting a makeover, with this 3D effect for the logo making it more modern than the one we're used to, and honestly I like it. In addition to that, the word mark now starts with the capital letter A and the N and R around it. However, Google hasn't made an official announcement yet, but just expect to see this everywhere. Windows is adding some new features. This week's Windows Insider preview build for Windows 11 adds several improvements, including improved support for the passkey standard. This allows any app or a website that supports passkeys to use built-in Windows authentication to sign you in without requiring a password. The new Insider build also adds support for the Unicode 15 emoji, so you can express yourself in new ways. And for those of you who are worried about losing several settings in File Explorer, relax, Microsoft changed their minds. Moving on, we have some leaks for Samsung S23 FE. Firstly, it's rumored to have an Exynos chip of all things. It's like going to a fancy restaurant and ordering chicken instead of a good steak. Yeah, it's cheaper, but you sacrifice the experience. It has a flat screen with a triple camera setup at the back, a 6.4-inch 120Hz flat OLED screen with noticeable bezels. Again, we may see it pack an Exynos 2200, but the source also mentioned the possibility of a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for storage. Either 6 or 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs or 256 gigs of storage. The phone may also come with a 4500 mAh battery and 25-watt fast charging. The foldable market is heating up, and OnePlus is jumping on the bandwagon with their upcoming foldable, rumored to be called the OnePlus V Fold. This bad boy is packing some serious specs, including a 7.8-inch inner display that's a 2K resolution at hitting 120Hz refresh rate. That's bigger than both the Pixel Fold and Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 4. The outer display is a 6.3-inch 120Hz panel. Under the hood, there's mention that it will pack the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. For storage, it may pack 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, which would certainly make it a flagship offering, and a 4800 mAh battery with 67-watt charging over USB-C. And finally, Android 13 or 14 with Oxygen OS. Into the Apple news. Apple's big Mac Pro may be dead on arrival because users already love the 16-inch MacBook Pro, which is good if not better than previous gen Mac Pro. So I don't think many people will switch to the new one unless you want more cores, more RAM and more storage. Otherwise, it will just be like showing up to prom in a limo only to find everyone else took an Uber. But hey, at least it has wheels. So, you know how sometimes you leave your TV on the same channel for too long and the logo gets burned into the screen? Well, Apple's trying to fix that for their OLED displays on its devices. They've found a pattern for a method that adjusts the screen output to prevent burn-in. The pattern doesn't say if it will completely eliminate burn-ins, but hey, at least they're trying. No word on when this technology will be implemented, but fingers crossed soon. Like us up to the channel. Some new products are coming. According to Mark Gurman, Apple is planning to launch the Apple Watch Ultra 2 later this year, alongside 2 variants of the Watch Series 9. The Apple Watch Ultra will feature a bigger display and a customizable action button, so you can remap the button to order some pizza with one click. It may also feature addition of sensors for enhanced fitness and health tracking, so you can track how many calories you burn from the pizza. And it may incorporate the faster S9 chip based on the A15 Bionic for improved performance and battery life. so you can order pieces more faster. 2 MacBooks are expected to be getting some real power, but no design change. The 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pros, and because they will be based on TSMC's 3nm process, they will have improved performance and efficiency gains. The 14-inch will pack the M3 Pro, while the 16-inch Mac is set to house the M3 Max. No news about display changes. The M3 is also said to be in an iPad OLED set to release next year. Also, a new iMac with a 30-inch display bigger than the iMac Pro and paired with the M3. Into the gaming news. A new Intel Meteor Lake P4 Ultra CPU has been spotted, which features an Alchemist iGPU, but with 128 megabytes of cache. The chip is an early engineering sample and is shown to feature a base clock speed of 1.9 GHz. The final clocks will end up much faster, and we have already seen some engineering samples running over a 3 GHz base. Nvidia has revealed a new roadmap. It looks like they're playing hard to get with their upcoming gaming architecture. They're calling it Ada Lovelace Next. Surprisingly, it won't be released in 2024 as expected, but rather a year later in 2025. I guess given the warm reception of the expensive GPUs we've been releasing, it's okay for me.